The property's worth what?
550.
Okay.
He was about to list it. He was about to list it before he called me at 575.
So that's 25% equity out the gate, bro. If
Mm-hmm.
your total acquisition, well, if it's actually worth 550, like it'll appraise at 550, then that's 25% equity on day one, which means it should be not very hard at all to get a new lender in place to wipe out your private money lender
Mm-hmm.
in like 90 days.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to
Yeah.
survive that for a little while. So maybe you just borrow enough. Maybe instead of borrowing 213, you borrow 220 and make payments out of the 220 that you borrowed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Good way to do it.
Yep. I mean, there's going to be a few other costs associated with it, but but he's going to have post closing, right? Possession
Mm,
for like 30 days.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so is he paying rent during that post 30 days?
Um,
Post
no.
closing?
I thought there was some like tricky stuff about like landlord tenant rent back, something like that. I didn't want to get involved with.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can keep it simple and just say, hey, we're withholding until you move out. Um,
Yeah, the way
I
that
mean,
I have it set up is close at escrow. He gets his amount of money, and then we're going to hold back 25K until the vacate date. And if he's not out, then he gets penalties, $250 a day.
perfect. So then he gets 25K at closing. We hold 25K till he moves out. When he does, he gets the other 25K, and then we start a monthly payment plan on the 20,000.
Yeah,
We will absolutely not make any payments to him while he's living in the property.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good structure. So, what are you going to end up doing to try to raise that capital?
There's a few people that I can talk to. I've got a friend who works in financial services. I know another person local who's a business owner. Um, I've got other lenders that I could also call.
Okay. Well, that's good. You're going to work on that. We're going to work on figuring out how to do the liens negotiation. Hopefully, it's not anywhere close to 213 that you got to raise. Right. And then, what's the next step with the seller?
Next up with the seller is getting them on the phone and letting them know that I am working on getting legal advice and making sure
Yep.
we understand what the limitations are taking the property subject to the
Mm-hmm.
liens and other debts.
Right. So
Um,
I'm going to start composing an email with our key questions for legal.
okay,
Number one is, can we, because if we can reduce the cash to enter, that would be great. Can we
fantastic.
take over property subject to existing liens, like punitive liens?
Yeah, we would need to know if the power of attorney is going to have any effect or if that isn't an option.
Yep. How does POA factor in, and will that allow us to negotiate with the lien holders on behalf of the seller? The answer is yes to that. We know that we can get POA and negotiate on behalf of the seller. We do wonder, can we do that with regard to like a federal tax lien if they're going to do that? But I would want to hire an ace to do that and pay them like half whatever they can save us. You know.
Hmm.
What other key questions do we have?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're gonna do post-closing addendum to withhold 25 and a half of seller's proceeds.
So that holdback agreement I put in the initial contract.
Oh, you're already under contract?
No,
Oh,
I'm drafting the contract as I go,
okay.
and
Uh,
that's already been included.
okay. I have a master. I have the actual sub two Paces group sub two agreement, and it's got a lot of disclosures on the back end to make sure everybody's butts are really well covered. So
Hmm.
I would strongly recommend you bring my contract into play here and
Okay.
make that like a post closing addendum, and we'll just attach it.
Okay.
What else? I think I think at this point, if the seller is okay, I think we need to put it all in. What really helps me is to put it into a plain language offer. It's like, so everybody's on the same page, literally looking at the same Google Doc at the same time, saying, this is our
Yeah.
master actual purchase price. Here is,
Yeah. Like a
this
letter of intent.
basically, yeah, this is the amount of cash to seller. This is the amount of the existing mortgage. This is the amount of the liens that we're taking over. And they all add up to that master purchase price. Here's how we're going to pay. We're going to pay 25,000 down at closing, with holding an additional 25,000 in escrow until the seller moves out. We're going to seller finance $20,000 over what term? We haven't negotiated terms on that 20K.
I think it was 2 years.
Hmm?
2 years.
I would just ask for no payments until we refi, because we're going to refi in less than 6 months.
Oh, yeah, he would be fine with that.
Yeah, there you go. So we're seller financing with zero payments, um, with a balloon date of 6 months, maybe a balloon date of 12 months to give us room for error.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Then what else goes in these bullet points? I record my calls, so I can just retell this and type it up.
Hmm. Um, well, on my contract, I've got that the inspection period lasts until the last day of escrow,
Yeah, that's fine.
and
That's good.
the seller is responsible for any regular, non-recurring escrow charges.
Like what? What's that?
Regular closing costs that the sellers are responsible for.
Oh, you're putting selling or closing costs on the seller?
Yep.
Nice. I'm used to just paying all closing costs up front, just as a, yeah, that's just what we do.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if he raises any stink about it, I'll just say, okay, we can split it. That's fine.
Yeah. Or finance it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's basically the plain language offer. We just need to set some time limits on the refi and all the other stuff. But we're going to leave
Yeah.
the primary mortgage is going to stay in place probably. The challenge will
Okay.
be, oh yeah, so here's the challenge is you're probably going to end up wiping out the first place mortgage as well, because the new mortgage, the new lender is going to want first position lien, which means you're going to have to mortgage the entire
Yeah.
balance, which that's not
Well,
really a problem. It would just be so
yeah.
much harder to find somebody who's willing to take second position on 250K, 215.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that all makes sense. Um,
And then do we have a timeline for, did you already include it for the agreement with closing and holdback vacate?
no, I didn't type anything up. Hang on just a second. I got somebody knocking on my door. Okay, sorry. So then, did we discuss splits, breakdowns, and that sort of stuff before I get real involved here?
Say that again.
Did we discuss how the partnership works before I get myself way too involved here?
You were saying something about 50% if we were to go like a cash sale assignment sort of thing. Um, just about 20 minutes ago, you said something about 10,000.
Yeah, that was on another deal. I'm taking 10,000 up front and financing the rest.
Okay.
Actually, that the total assignment fee on that other deal is 30,000, and I'm splitting that assignment fee 50-50 with the wholesaler. So I'm going to get 5,000 personally at closing and 10,000 at 36 months when they refi, or
Okay.
whenever they refi if they refi before that.
Mhm.
So I can have all this stuff written up and bring my attorney into it and all that stuff if we're comfortable to move forward like that. And I'm perfectly comfortable
Uh,
financing my portion of the fee, which lowers your entry
okay.
cost.
Does that mean your fee is 15, or you didn't say what it was?
No, I don't have a dollar amount. It's going to end up being a percentage.
Okay. All right. What is your typical percentage?
It's normally 50%, but if you've already got a buyer lined up, like if it's going to be you, then I'll do 33.
Okay.
Like if I don't have to help find a buyer, I'm good then at
Yeah.
33%.
Okay. I see. All right. And then 33% would be of what dollar?
Of whatever we get between the ARV and the or whatever the final purchase price is. Well, okay, so if you wholesaled it, your acquisition cost is what? 413, and it would
Yeah.
sell, what would it reasonably sell for, right? Because you could then list it and get how much?
Um, like net,
Yeah, net after realtor fees and all that stuff. So that's the number
I
we
would
have to
say,
agree on. So the difference between
yeah.
413 and what that final net number is, that's the number that
Uh-huh.
we split 33% for me.
Yeah. Um, I think fair market value is going to be 450. If they went ahead and listed it and got asking price of what they were proposing to do just a few days ago at 475, I think that 450 net is going to be a good round number. It
So
seems very,
where does the
yeah.
where's the 550 ARV come into play?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was saying four. I meant five.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was in good condition.
It's
Okay,
it's okay. It's not as in good condition when I actually put my eyes on it.
yeah, it's good to go see it for real. So okay,
Yeah.
well we can figure up whatever that number should honestly be. But if we're in the same ballpark, then what do you want me to do? Write up that plain language summary for you, so you can take it to the seller.
Um. Yeah, that sounds good. I've got a
Okay.
couple of calls that are trying to come in.
Yep. So I'll write that up with a JV agreement, and then we'll sign the JV agreement. I'll send that over, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye. Gonna be a lot of upside on this one. Happy to be a part of it. See, squadding up with sub two students for the win. Got my contract. Got my negotiation. Just the deal building. And Pace said it best just the other day. Last night on the call, he said, "We don't find deals, we make them." Right? Getting a deal with liens in place and then negotiating them after the fact. Once we get it under contract, we're making a deal out of some trash. Credit to the guy who found this deal. He's been pursuing it. He's made good communication. So I absolutely wouldn't have anything to work on if he hadn't locked this up as an opportunity. So kudos, great work, and I'm happy to be working with you, man.